Hello, I just wanted to get on here. I'm about to go out and try this new winery place. It's really nice. I know exactly what I'm going to order. The salad, pasta, pizza, and a whole lot of drinks. I'm so excited. But yeah, I wanted to get on here and talk about why you may have been mistaken for lesbian or trans. Let's talk about it. This is such an interesting topic, and it's a very peculiar topic. I consider myself a unique person. I've been committed to self development, self improvement in every way ever since I was little. I grew up in New Orleans and everything was so slow around me. A lot of people just stayed inside of a box, just did what they were told. And from a young age, I just knew like something's off. Like there's got to be more to life than this, and doing what you're told and believing this and believing that and such and such. And so I was like, let me like figure out what's out there. Let me figure out some truth. Let me figure out who I am. Let me do some research, read, meet people from all over the world, and all of this other stuff. So it comes a time where people try to put you in a box. People are really plugged into the media. They really like give in to stereotypes. They think, oh, this certain person is supposed to act this way and this certain person is supposed to act that way. But when you meet somebody that's like multi-dimensional, dynamic, kind of just a little bit of everything like myself, then you kind of like want to put them in a box. I meet people like this and I see this happening. They see me, they want to put me in a box, and then they just can't, because I think I'm giving off naturally so many different energies at once, and I'm very mutable. And I've worked on my energy and my personality, just to be expansive, if that makes sense. I never want to be just one way or just boring and plain. And look, I know a lot more stuff than I let people on to know, and I've experienced a lot more than I let people on to know. But it's just so fascinating to me how when I meet somebody that's like super logical and super critical, does everything by the book, has done what they were told their whole life, and then they meet someone where they can't box them in, so they think, oh, you must be, you gotta be gay, you gotta be lesbian, you gotta be trans. Like there's no way you can embody a balance of male and female energy so well without being gay. Some people think that. And I think that's the reason why some people have mistaken me for lesbian. Another reason is look, my heart is full of love, unconditional love for the divine feminine. I believe, the divine feminine creates everything, and I'm not afraid to give praise where it's due. I've done this my whole life. Like if I see like a woman doing something great, if I see her being amazing, if I see her being beautiful, drop dead gorgeous, I'm gonna like stop and witness this awe and praise and be like, oh my God, this woman is beautiful. And I've done that before in public, and a lot of other people say, oh my God, you're not supposed to say that. Like that's a gay thing to say. And I'm like, what? That is so like small-minded to think complimenting a fellow woman would be considered gay. Like I wasn't like drooling over her or saying like I wanted to do something. I was just like genuinely appreciating her beauty. And I've been called gay for that before. So yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy because like people think, oh, you're complimenting a woman, okay, you must be gay. Oh, you're not this, you must be that. Like, just enjoy people for who they are in their own divine, beautiful, unexplainable right. Don't try to label this or that. And the trans thing, I think that's another interesting thing too, because I think people are programmed to prefer hyper feminine features all around. And like if they see a woman, I know nowadays, you don't know a lot of days. It's very hard to tell because they're are beautiful men, like born men who are more beautiful than women. So I understand like the confusion there. But before the sex changes and things got like really popular and accepted, like people would like be like, "Oh, are you trans?" And I got this a lot like online. And I think it was because like my mix of sharp features, like I have like bold sharp features. Like my jawline, I have a nice jawline. My lips are feminine. My cheeks aren't that pronounced. You know, my nose is not that cutesy feminine. So I'm also not like the most dainty girl. So I mean I can be, but I also have a strong masculine side when I want to. So maybe that's why I got mistaken for trans. But I don't know. It is baffling because like people try to, I feel like it's a form of negging and trying to make you dim one of your energies. Like I think it's a form of people being triggered by seeing something that they don't have in another. So I don't know. It's just interesting. And I read something today that was like, it's not natural for women to be 100% straight. I don't know about that. Cause I do feel 100% straight. You know, I've been around a lot of women my whole life, and I've never had that like lustful energy towards another woman like I have towards a man. And I mean, I swear that's the truth. And you know, I kind of envy lesbians. Their lives look easier. They look more pleasant. They look less stressed. And I just am so inspired by men because they're so different from me, and I'm always trying to figure them out. And like I always get some type of like feeling from them that I didn't have before when they weren't around. And it's inspiring for me. Makes me want to be a better person all around. And I've had that same feeling with a woman who inspired me. Of course, I see badass women doing their thing all day, every day. But I never have like the desire to possess them in any type of way. But with men, it's like, oh my God, like I want to like get into their skin. I want to like know what's on their mind. I want to know like everything. Like I just want to like immerse myself, like share things with them. And I don't know. That's just how I feel. I remember in college, like the cool thing was to be bisexual, and if you said you're straight, you weren't cool. And that felt really like strange. I was like, is this like am I not normal for not being bisexual and liking men more than women? I don't know. But it was interesting. Like a lot of people, like they'll be like, oh yeah, I'm bi. Like it's almost like it was the cool thing to say, like a fad kind of. So I don't know. Like I have no problems. If I was gay, I would want the world to know, because I can't live a lie and not express myself in the most authentic way with who I love and who I want to love. And I've been friends temporarily with people who have turned into acquaintances where I believe wholeheartedly they were gay, but they wanted to maintain this image to be socially acceptable. And I've went against being socially acceptable my whole life because it just did not feel right to me in a lot of different ways. If I didn't want to do something, I didn't do it. I don't care if everybody else in my school was doing it. I don't care if, you know, my family told me, oh, you should do this. I'm like, no, I'm going to do this because that's what I feel in my mind, body, and soul to do. So I I said I was friends with them, you know, with people who I think were gay but repressing themselves due to what other people think, because I don't want to be around anyone like that, because they're too afraid to be who they are, and I don't want that. Like, that's everything I go against. And another thing is, gay people who are gay and afraid to admit it, they always bash the gender who triggers them the most, and that's very telling. That tells everything right there, that you are hiding who you are. Because why would you have to put down another gender all the time if you were okay with them? And that's just dangerous for them, because imagine if they're putting down the other gender like that, they're eating up themselves inside for not liking who they are, or who they can't be, or who they are too afraid to be.